Welcome back, everybody. I'm 25 and invested. This is the year-end video. We did it. We made it through another year. Holy crap. I have made a lot of sales this year. I made 18 stock sales, which we're going to get into a little later. I'm going to show you the opportunity cost of what I sold and have I held them until now. The difference is going to be quite surprising because out of 17 sales, you would have think I would have made a bit more money. No, at least I thought I would have. This year, my wife and I have saved $57,900, so $58,000. This year, the goal was $48,000. We blew that. We blew that right out of the water. We blew that right out of the water and is fantastic. I wasn't expecting that. I did lose control over a few things over the year. The only thing that we really did maintain was our amount saved. I dropped a lot of the active side of the portfolio and then moved it to a different style of investing. However, it isn't to the same extent as it used to be last year. Last year, I had the penny stock portfolio. Oh my God, that was a disaster. I had to sell like 35 different stocks. They're all like between $5 and $40. What a disaster. I still have stocks that are just delisted in that portfolio. So, yeah, we did make a change on the non-registered side. On the registered portfolio side, we did kind of zero in on having a 75% currently Xeqt portfolio. That percentage is going up as I do continue to trim positions. However, this year we did trim 18 positions. So I sold 18 stocks, and we're going to get into this year. This is the total portfolio. This year we started at $121,000 in my account, and we have since seen it go up to $190,000. That isn't all gains. On my side in this portfolio, we've added $35,000, $35,400 to be exact. So in this account, we've also gained for the year about $33,500, 21%. That is year to date. So in this account, for the whole year, we made about $67,000, $68,000. That is the difference between this year and last year, which is, man, it's pretty substantial. Being up 21%, 21.5% in 1 year is already pretty well insane. I gotta say, it's been such a fantastic year in the markets. I don't think that next year's gonna beat it. And if it did, that would be crazy. That would be a fantastic run. That would be one of the biggest stock market runs in history, I'm sure. On my wife's side, we added $22,500. I didn't grab a screenshot of her side, although we could see in the bottom here that our household is $272,000. That is $1,000 away from our all-time high in these accounts. And likely next week we will be hitting those all-time highs because we have a bunch of money on the side that we are waiting to invest in our registered accounts. And when we invest in our registered accounts, our hierarchy, personal hierarchy, goes first home savings, Tfsa, non-registered, RSP, non-registered. So yeah, we are maximizing our savings. We are maximizing our tax efficiency that way because we do plan on buying a house, just not soon. But that's a story for another time. Total in our accounts though, $272,000 is unreal. Again, thank you market for being there for us. This year, our total gain was $48,000. So this year we had made $48,000. We also saved $57,000. We saved a lot of money, about $10,000 more than I thought. And even through saving that much money, we also saved up some money for a vacation. So, yeah, again, losing track of the where the money's come from. I would suspect that we get put in quite a bit last year. we had saved up like we're doing this year. We had saved up the year before so we can introduce money in our registered accounts early in the year, as well as reinvesting all the money that we got from our taxes. I suspect that that is where most of our money's coming from. I'd say I'm probably pretty close. My wife is also, again, I can't do this without my wife. My wife has been saving money hand over fist. She's been working a bit of overtime. I've been working as much as I can, but most of my money's just being spent and all of her money is being saved. So, and she makes better money than myself. So we've been doing well in that regards. We haven't had quite the same life creep. If you guys see me on Blossom, if you're here from Blossom, hello, thank you for showing up. I'm on Blossom a lot. We've made some questionable purchases, but we haven't exactly had the lifestyle creep that I think a lot of people do get. We still have the same car we've had for a few years. We bought a TV, was the biggest expense. So again, we are still within our means, living within our means, and that is important to us. Moving on, we are going to go to, I'm going to actually make myself small, and we're going to go through each account. As you could see, my Tfsa is up just shy of 80%. My first home savings up 28%. And my RSP and non-registered are up 10, 11, and 12% respectively. We're going to start with my Tfsa, which has had the most sales of the year. So my Tfsa year to date is up 24%. That has beaten Xeqt for the year. So this is year number 3 of me having the edge on Xeqt. I don't know how long that'll last for, but it's been pretty nice. I guess on the week we're up 0.6%. It has been a short week. It is the holidays after all. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, by the way. This is the year-end video after all. Should have a Santa hat. And yeah, I'm up 80%. This account is it's coming on 5 years. In April of next year, April of 2026, this account will have been open and funded for 5 years. Nice. It has been doing very well. These are all the stocks in the account. Again, take these with a bit of a grain of salt, because I have sold so many of the losers in this account. It's ridiculous. And you're not going to see very many losers anymore. Go figure. I sold them all. So what you're seeing here is a little unrealistic to what investing actually looks like. A lot of these stocks that I've held for quite a few years as well. You know, Meta I've been holding for I think 4 years. Google I've been holding for at least 3 years, and Xeqt's been here for at least 4 years, although it wasn't always that way. It used to actually be VDY. So yeah, there you go. That is the Tfsa. Moving on to the first home savings, which is the first account I will be funding next year. It has not moved at all, and it is all Xeqt. Go figure. My wife's account is $81,000. Hers is all Xeqt as well, which is why I don't think I need to show it off that much. Yeah, my non-registered is where actually we'll check out the RSP, because the RSP is VEQT. Not to split hairs, it's basically the same thing as Xeqt, or very similar. So I hold it in my other account, my RSP. Just maybe as a little game. I like VEQT because it holds a little more Canadian weighting. So I like it there. And that's where it stays. Moving on to my non-registered, the deep value account, which I will be adding to very shortly. And that will bring me up to $200, where I will be buying a new stock come the new year. This account, year to date, is up 15.16%. This account started off like a goddamn train wreck. It used to be about 30 different penny stock positions. It has now since been reeled in and is now using the acquires multiple stock pick list, accompanied with the little book that beats the market list. Typically, I go through both of those. I find something that is on both lists and something that I believe has less debt. Again, I do add a bit of a personal flavor to it, but it is something that zeroes in a style of investing, and then I can pick from there. So that is where all of these stocks have come from. BK is up 50%, Equinor's down 3%, Lululemon's up 18%. That is the most recent buy in this portfolio. SYF is up 57%. PBR, which is down 20%. Damn. This PBR, I was looking at this at like $4. I'm pissed. Xeqt is also in this account. If I make any money from socials, this is where you'll find it. So if, God forbid, YouTube ever sends me a $3 paycheck, you'll see it here. You could see the electronic deposits. I have not bought anything in quite some time. I typically buy something every 3 months. And yeah, that's it. That's it for this account. Now we are going to go through a few things because this is the year-end video, which means that we can make it a little more special. Also, I haven't talked about dividends in quite some time. I used to make my dividend videos were their own separate thing. I did not do that. Although I did make it in this video. Boom. I put my dividend tracker back together. It's been a long time since I had a dividend tracker. About time, really. As you could see, this was last year's. So last year I made $3,000 in dividends, which is pretty good. I would say that's a healthy amount of dividends. Most of it, you can see, has come from the 3rd month, 6th month, 9th month, and 12th month. Weird. That is because that's when the payout is of Xeqt. However, coming into this year, you will see some very funny things because there are some months where one company pays me a dividend and it is not that much. The psychology behind dividends is why I understand why people invest in them. Although I am a total return investor, therefore dividends are just a piece of that. Moving on, this was last year's. My lowest month was $33. This year, my lowest month was $5.41. Quite a difference. We have sold almost all the stocks that pay dividends in that portfolio, and especially a lot of the stocks like Dream Industrial and Nexus REITs. Alibaba used to pay dividends, quite a lot of dividends actually. So I've sold a lot of the stocks that used to pay me dividends. And now I don't have the regular distributions to reinvest, which I don't think I needed in the first place. And quite frankly, I think I did quite well without them. So in saying that, what you'll notice is on the right side, you'll see this month. These are stocks that are still in the portfolio, that are still working for me, but also have paid me a dividend. So this isn't this month, this year. BN has paid me $50.11. Meta's paid me $29. BLK, which is the best dividend stock I have, well, the best dividend stock I have, paid me $232.62. Google pays dividends. Apple pays dividends. Actually, that's why you see November and August at $5.41 and $5.49. Those were Apple dividends just for that month. That's all I got was Apple just throwing me a coffee, a Starbucks coffee. Dollar General gave me $39.42. Not bad. And now you'll notice that December is kind of wrong. That is not $1,000 because I forgot to add my wife's to that. That's on me. However, this year, Xeqt paid us $2,594.31. So quite a lot. Quite a very lot. But Xeqt is not a dividend stock. And what people don't know is Xeqt dividends have been falling. So Xeqt has paid less dividends this year than last year per share, which is okay. It's okay. The total this year, we made not 2,300. We made 3,555. I believe last year. Actually, I don't believe it. I checked last video. I checked last year's video myself. I'm a watcher too. Last year, I told everyone I was gonna make about 3,500. This year I made about 3,500. So being in the realms of realism, I almost nailed it. I nailed it by $55. So Not bad. Not bad. Especially moving away from dividends. And to cap off the end of the year, we're going to adjust the opportunity cost of owning stocks. So what I've done is this is a spreadsheet, and actually I'm going to make it very big. This is a spreadsheet of everything that I owned this year. Make myself very small. This is a spreadsheet of everything that I owned. At the top is what I've sold the most recently. At the bottom is what I sold at the beginning of the year. As you could see, most of these were my dividend paying stocks. You could see the Manulife, Algonquin, Canadian Tire, Alibaba, NewTek was paying quite a lot of dividends. A VIG is literally a Vanguard. It's a Vanguard dividend fund. You could see Home Depot was a dividend. MO, Bank of Nova Scotia. All these were serious dividend paying stocks that I owned. This year I sold them. At some point I sold them. But what I did was take a look at the dividend cost, not the dividend cost, the adjusted cost as if I held them until today. Did I sell them at an opportune time? And the spread is quite funny. Bank of Nova Scotia is the worst timed stock to sell for me. I sold at $74.35. Now, mind you, when I sold this, it was, I believe I had maybe I was about 25 or 30% in the positive for the year. I owned the Bank of Nova Scotia for about a year, maybe even a little less. However, if I held on till today, they would have been $101 per share, $26 per share more, and I had 30 shares. So I would have made $808.80. Have I held them till today? Damn, that is the biggest difference. Canadian Tire, if I held them until today, would have actually been less. Alibaba would have been way less. I had 12 shares of Alibaba and I sold it at $189. Currently today it's $150. So if I held them today, I would have had $471 less than if I sold. So all in all, if you take all the stocks I sold, whether they were going to be up or down, you added or subtracted them all together. If I held on to all 18 of these stocks, I would have had $590, $591 more in my account for 17 positions. Damn, that's a lot of effort. That is so much effort for $590 to sit here, manage. A lot of these stocks, dropped like 10% and then came back another 15% and then dropped again. Highly volatile stocks, and I would have had to sit through that and then at the end of the year decide to trim. It would have been a goddamn nightmare. No, full stop. It would have been a nightmare to make 590 extra bucks. So damn, this is without dividends. So I guess you could add dividends. Maybe I'd make like $600, $700, maybe $700. Either way, damn, goddamn, I don't want to do that. So yeah, that's it for the year. I'm just gonna explode it for if you guys made it this far. I mean, you're 19 minutes into the video. If you haven't given me a thumbs up, what are you doing? If you're not subscribed to the channel, really, what are you doing? And hello, Sep. Sep is one of the most loyal subscribers that I have. He's been here for I think about 2 years now, and he comments on every single one of my videos. I'm sure he presses the thumbs up button. Thank you, Sep, for sticking it out for another year. I appreciate you. And also, I couldn't have done this without my wife. Together we're workhorses. Together we save. We've been saving lots. So it's been another fantastic year. I can't wait for the next year. And yeah, if you guys don't know, I'm on Blossom. I do have my my Blossom code in the comments. Make sure you follow me there. I post lots of goofy stuff. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Bye now.